What a beautiful day. Oh, geez. Welcome back to the KS Moto Cafe. This episode, I want to dedicate to the topic of group rides and whether or not it is a good idea for a beginner to join riding groups. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, thanks for coming. If you haven't figured out by now, I am still considered as a beginner rider because I'm still in my first year of motorcycling. And one of the things that I still have a little bit of fear on is group rides. And I'm going to list you guys the reasons why. And while I blab away, you guys can start commenting below on your opinion about group rides as either a new rider or an experienced rider. Alright, so I personally don't like group rides, and the reason why is because I'm more what you call like a lone wolf. I like doing things alone. I like having my own agenda. I like knowing where I'm going, and I don't have to bend my will for others. And I know it sounds very selfish, but to be honest, I bend my will all the time at home, obviously being a dad and being a husband. So riding a motorcycle is kind of my only time where I get to choose my own destiny for that ride. And if I go on a group ride, I kind of get that feeling. Jesus Christ, this guy got a kayak in his car. That's got to be safe. When I go on group rides or plan for a group ride, I feel like I need to be a little bit more courteous. And that's not a bad thing, obviously. You want to be courteous. It's just, I just don't want to be forced to do that. And I'm not saying avoid group rides. I just don't find it too appealing because A, I motovlog, so I obviously talk to myself when I'm riding, but if I have a buddy that I'm riding with, then obviously I want to converse with him or her. So it kind of takes away some of the reasons that I'm riding. And when I took the MSF course, the instructor also acknowledged that group rides shouldn't be something that new riders should seek out to right away because it takes a little bit of skill, and most importantly, it takes a lot of discipline.
Your kids are soft. You lack discipline.
For the individual to try not to show off or override his or her riding skills, which I guarantee you, in a group ride setting, that's really easy to do because everyone's watching you, or at least you think everyone's watching you, and if you don't read that line properly, you feel like you are a bad rider, and you don't want to be seen as a bad rider or as a noob. Everybody wants to look cool, so I like avoiding that. And of course, if you're overriding your skill set, then there's a bigger issue, right? So they always say even if you're in a group ride setting, you have to learn to ride your own ride. It sounds pretty obvious, but you kind of have to be reminded of that every time because it's really easy to get sucked into the group. If the group is riding slightly too fast or past your comfort zone and you're not in the front leading it, or you're not in the back where you have enough space to pull back and you're stuck right in the middle, then unfortunately your pride will kick in and you will try to attempt to keep up with the group's speed. And that's where the danger comes in, especially for a new rider. Especially when you're cornering, you don't have the knowledge and experience to know what lines to take. Like, I've been riding for 7 months and I still don't really know. And let me tell you, if I went on a group ride after 1 month of learning how to ride my bike, I would probably be in some kind of ditch because I would have missed my corner, or worse, I would have been in a collision accident with another car. And I know this because even when I'm riding alone, I accidentally took the corner too wide and would be in another lane. Luckily, there was no other car to meet me there, but that was going at my own comfort speed. Imagine if I was going a little bit faster because the group was going faster. Now, group rides aren't all bad. I mean, there's a reason why everyone does it. It's cool to join a community and be with friends that enjoy the same hobby as you, which is riding your motorcycle. Like when you're in a pack or a convoy, it does feel cool. Like you do feel like you belong in this organization or club, and you just kind of get this mob mentality that kind of gives you that belonging type of feel. And that's all right. That's cool. I like that idea. I think it looks cool. And like when I'm driving and I see a big pack of riders together, I am envious of them because they look pretty badass. But at the same time, like here, if I want to speed up, I'll speed up. If I want to slow down, I'll slow down. And in a group ride, I won't have that option. Like when I went on the test ride for the Pan America, the group ride was led by a Harley dealership, and you start riding with all these riders who you've never ridden with before, and it was extremely uncomfortable. I don't think I'll ever do that again, just because as a new rider, I just didn't think it was a wise decision to ride a bike that I've never ridden before and go in a group ride setting and try to provide my impressions through my GoPro for the channel. And I just didn't really feel 100% confident when I was doing it, and that's not what this is all about, right? Like my channel is about riding safe and riding prepared, and I did neither of that. So yeah, it's just something that I'm not really comfortable with, and you know what? There's gonna be other opportunities for me to ride these bikes, so I'm just gonna wait to do it. Now, with that said, if a friend of mine calls me up and say, hey, let's go for a ride, and it's just the two of us, that's kind of different. I think that's something that's a little bit more manageable, especially if it's someone that I know and how they ride and how safe they are. Then yeah, it's a risk that I'm willing to take. But if it's just like a random group of people that I meet for the first time, I don't know, it's my personality. I feel like I need to showcase my skill that I really don't have, and that's where I'm gonna get in trouble. So do I recommend group rides for a beginner? I say no, not until you develop your own skill set and your own comfort zone, and most importantly, developing that discipline to hold back and force yourself to ride your own ride rather than riding the group's ride. So like I said, comment below on what your thoughts are on group rides, whether you like doing it, and maybe there's some points that I'm not really seeing yet. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button so you can help me achieve my 1-year goal to get that 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Till next time, ride safe, ride prepared, ride on.